Happy Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, KW Southwest. See? All right. Man, the only Wednesday we don't have mimosas, and look how the energy shifts. I love it. All right. Today is just me. Nimesh is attending KW Luxury a class, a workshop type thing. So, we will hear all about it, and he will have a new title attached to his name. So that is a joke. All right, let's start with our bucket fills. My favorite thing of the week. Any new divorce, marriage, babies, vacations, listings, somebody or something that you are grateful for.
Yeah.
All right, Vamshi, I'm the runner. Can somebody help me? Oh, awesome. All right. Perfect. Thank you, Jess.
Is Jennifer Sims here? I just want to
Right there.
say, she's been awesome. She's director of growth for our office. She's available. So I'm meeting her for almost, I think, 2 months. So she talks to you. She helps you in whatever the business sense that you want. I was lost at some point, and after talking with her, just kind of got senses into what I should be doing and all. So I just want to give it out to her. Thank you very much. And she's been really awesome.
That is great. Just don't take all of her free time, please. She serves all of our teams. Just kidding. All right, anybody else? New listings, anything coming soon? All right, we have one over there.
Hello, everyone. I'll be hosting a broker open house on October 2nd. That's next Thursday from 12 to 2 p.m. in Katy. And it's a luxury, nice Katy house on the lake in gated section. The listing price is 2.15 million. And we'll have light lounge provided plus raffle prizes. So we hope everyone will be coming over and also see the house for yourself and bring a buyer.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Let's do two more. Sharon, bucket fill of the week.
Bucket fill of the week. I'm Donna here. That's all I can tell you. My bucket fill of the week. I mean, I'm getting listings, so I'm grateful for that. Just pray they sell. And oh gosh, Dion's car broke, so that's another problem. So that ain't good, but I'm working through it.
That's awesome. All right. That's how life shows up. We have Jimmy in the back.
Just two. One, my daughter, I don't know, our relationship has taken a pretty big shift, and we're getting super close, and so I'm super happy about that. And she's a junior, and so I have a year and a half left, but she's I don't know, we went to the park the other day, and she sings too, and we were just there singing, at Brazos State. I don't know, it was just a moment. I was like, man, this is awesome. Other thing was, had four listings that were all sitting, for a long time, and they're all under contract now. So,
Anybody else? Oh, we have one over there. Look, now it's gonna start flowing.
My husband and I attended our daughter's white coat ceremony.
Oh.
Over the weekend in New Orleans, and I have a personal goal to lose 44 pounds. I have lost 4 in 10 days, so I'm happy.
That's awesome. One more on that side before we move on. All right, we have two.
I just wanted to say I'm so thankful to be back.
Yes, welcome back.
And I just got a text from a friend saying he just gave birth, his wife gave birth to a new baby. I mean, them together give birth to somebody, I guess.
Yes, it is a teamwork for sure. Awesome. All right. Well, anybody else before we move on? Going once, going twice, and moving on. Wonderful. Help me welcome our fabulous junior sales consultant. That's a new title. I like it. Jason, please come on up. Let's give him a round of applause.
Morning, everyone. That's part of the surprise. I was a junior. Now I'm a regular sales consultant. So give it up for me. This is also James. I brought him here as well. So I'm Jason. I'm at the new community at Villa Rosa at Tamron. The last community is owned KDISD, and this is.
Yep. So I've had the pleasure of working with some of you guys in here. I've been in here a few times. So first off, thank you for letting us come and host you guys for lunch. I'm over at Evergreen now. We just closed out Post Oak Point. But we're going to hop in, let you know some of the incentives we got going on. And I also want to talk to you guys about HBC, try to build up some of your guys' backlog, some things you can help your buyers with. So I'll let Jason kick it off.
Appreciate it.
It's in Rosenberg, right off 59. Yeah.
Yeah, give you guys some options. Yes.
Randall bicycle, so. Half a mile from Randall, yeah, right down the road.
Okay. We're good. Go on. We're gonna talk
Go
about
ahead. Yeah.
Villa Rosa, let me talk a little bit about that. They're the new villa style homes in Katy. Not to be confused with a townhome. There is a gap in the middle of 5 foot. But one of the big draws there is that it is owned by the Katy ISD. And they have access to all the amenities in Tamron as well. Very beautiful neighborhood. I'm sure most of you have been out there. But we've been selling out very fast. Been open about a month and 2 weeks. And so it included, I'll have the price sheet, some other information for you guys. But there's not a lot of inventory left available. We're building them. So also, I just want to kind of go over this real quick. Just kind of a commission incentive. So we're doing up to 6% commissions on our homes in October. And as you can see here in Villa Rosa, we're going to have 380 homes total in about a year and a half. Average price 350, average commission 5,000, 3% commission 10,500, and then you can see 5% and 6% is really happening. Even if you sell 5 homes at 3%, 52,500 pretty good for Christmas. A lot of agents that I've sold already are capitalizing on the 6%, 2, 3 homes already. So that's a pretty good dent, to build up your bank as well. So I have this for you guys to let you know that the opportunity is here. I'm new to real estate, but I'm not new to sales. And for what I've seen, people are still buying homes in Houston. The demand is there. It's just about treating the customer right. And from what I've seen as well, being partnered with the #1 builder, D.R. Horton is compensating, realtors for their hard work. So that is that piece right there. Go ahead, Norman.
Yeah, so I'll piggyback off that. So much of our business is driven through you guys. We're always trying to do what we can to take care of you guys. Right now, we're offering anywhere from 5 to 6% commission. Along with that, we're always going to try to take care of your buyers. For FHA right now, we're offering a 4.5 for a 30-year fixed, covering closing costs, your moving package, washer, dryer, fridge, garage door opener, blinds, sprinkler, and sod. So we try to make it streamline it as easy as possible for your buyers and for you guys as well. Majority of my business is A to B with you guys. I do get floor pops every once in a while, but those days are few and far from between. It's doing events like this, getting out, meeting you guys, letting you know exactly what we have available. And the other thing I wanted to touch base with you on, right now, I mean, we've had this program for a long time. It's called HBC, Home Buyers Club. So this last year, I converted 22 buyers that had credit scores of 550 or lower. So through D.R. Horton, it's a completely free program for your buyer, right? If you have somebody who's highly motivated and looking to be in a home, and home buyership is exactly what they want, you get them enrolled with us. They don't even have to buy a D.R. Horton home, okay? But we'll take them through the process. We include you guys in on the email, whether it's a month, 6 months, or a year, we will get them in a house. And we'll take you guys through the whole process. So it's one of those things, like obviously, as you guys are vetting your clients and they're coming through, with market shifting and being a little bit more difficult, this is a great way to convert some of these leads. You can push them our way, and whether they want to buy with us or they want to go with a resale home, it's just a great way for you guys to build up your backlog. Like I said, this last year I did 22 homes. My goal this year is going to be 35. So if you can increase or convert, 2, 3, 10 sales, I mean, that's going to add up at the price point anywhere from 300 to 500,000. So it's something just to keep in the back of your mind as you're going through that process. You guys can turn your client over to us. You'll be included on every email, letting you know where your buyer's at through that process. So when they're ready to buy, you know, hey, we're a month out, 2 months out. Now we start looking for new homes, resale homes for them. And then you guys have them converted right there. So it's a nice way to help out that pipeline for you guys.
That's true. And again, it's a free program and it's pretty seamless. It's a pretty seamless process since everything's in-house. So, to that point.
Does anybody have any questions? Not all at once? So that's a great question. Yeah, it's going to be for houses that can close by the end of October. When you go into November, it jumps to 5%. And then when we get into December, it's going to be 4%. So it's going to be more motivated for your buyers for those faster move-in homes.
And that is it within our division. Evergreen and Rosenberg, where James is at, it applies. Villa Rosa and Terramont, it applies as well.
Sorrento, I believe so. So, and here's the crazy part. As of next week, things are going to change for D.R. Horton a little bit. We are going to be able to cross-sell all across the Houston area. Yeah. So that's going to be a little confusing in the sense you have 5 different divisions, 5 different managers. Everybody kind of runs their own incentives. So like Southwest, yes, I know we have the 6% for October closings, but as of next week, you'll definitely have to get in touch with your sales rep to make sure as you guys are going through that process, if you have people looking in the north, northeast, northwest, they might not be running the same incentives because it's different management.
And I'll provide the flyer for you guys if you guys didn't get one, so you have all the details.
Awesome.
All right, Norma? Yeah.
Is it investor friendly?
Yes, certain communities are. So Evergreen, we definitely do investors. It's a little bit different for the investors. Right now, we're doing 3% commission. It's just standard what we do for investors. They still get their move-in package, washer, dryer, fridge, garage door opener, blinds. And right now, we're offering a 5.75 interest rate. It does come at discounted points, right? So on average, let's say you went through Chase or Wells Fargo, let's say the house was 330, you'd roughly be looking at a cost to buy down close to about 27,000. If they're going through us, depending on if they're putting down 20 or 25%, so on 20% and based on credit score, you'd roughly be looking about 8,000 and change that they would have to come out of pocket. If they're putting down 25, it drops down to about 4,000 and change, but we're going to also give them 5,000 for closing costs. So we'll be able to cover that point for them. And then all they're paying for is just closing costs and then their down payment, which is still really, really good and competitive to a majority of other builders that are out there.
If our buyers want us to contribute back to the closing cost, how much percentage do you allow?
Max 2%. Or primary, it's max 2%.
It should be based on the down payment, right?
Well, what you can contribute back for us at D.R. Horton, it's always max 2%. And then it is going to go based, like if you're going with, FHA or conventional, max seller contribution at 10% or more for conventional is going to be 6%.
Yeah.
So if you hit that cap, whatever you might be giving 2%, but if we're already doing a rate buy down and covering closing costs, even with you contributing that with the broker contribution letter, they might only be able to utilize $1,000. So it's just going to be refunded. I agree with you. I mean, some of these buyers shake you guys down way too much. So
We don't
know,
work
we-
with any buyers that ask for
Yeah.
contribution, so that's good.
that's good. You'd be surprised. I work with a lot of realtors. I was like, I'm right there with you guys. You guys work way too hard to be giving it up. So of
Awesome.
course.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
All right, few classes and events that we have coming up. So for the month of September, we have Open House 101. I believe that's Brad Countryman. Is that correct? Then please still vote for our 2025 Agents Choice Awards. Then October 2nd, we have Marketing Made Sweet. Hold on, there's the flyers. Here we go. This is the voting. Open House 101. Here's the sign up. You can also find it at the island. Over here, October 2nd, 1 p.m. till 3 p.m. You see Treat Your Sphere, Marketing Made Sweet. And also, please, 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 we have a few slots available if you're interested in attending this fantastic session that's going to take place at the Arc in Katy. So it's a technically at no cost. There's a donation for a ticket, $25 donation to KW Cares. This is going to be a fantastic session to hear from somebody that has built many successful teams across the country. Do I have anybody to discuss Trunk or Treat? Is Tanya here? Come on, Tanya.
Good afternoon, everybody. We have about 49 trunks right now. If you don't know what Trunk or Treat is, October 25th, 2025, you can actually sign up. I know a lot of you have already. The Houston Chronicle posted about 2,000 people in the community came out last year. So it's a good opportunity to even promote your business, hang out with a lot of vendors, realtors, of course, there are going to be business owners there, and just a good opportunity. If you have a giveaway, you're able to collect names, and those are leads that you have. So we just appreciate it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. We'll have food trucks. Kona Ice will be there, barbecue trucks. So a lot of kids coming out, family. If you have business owners that you want to join us, please, you can just, it'll be right here that you can just sign up, and we'd love to see you. If
All right.
anybody has any questions, let me know.
Awesome, Tanya. Thank you so much for all of your hard work. It's a huge event. All right, we had a few other just reminders that we are going to have more information. This is just a save the date. If you are in a position that you already have a team or you are growing a team, then this session is for you. October 9th, it's a building a team with Jeff Glauer. In the same time, we are going to have the broker responsibility. If you are interested, because it's not going to be just a open link on our calendar, please get with Barbara or myself that you are interested in getting access to Jeff Glauer. Then December 4th, we have confirmed Diana Kokoska spending the day with us. We are super excited to have her. She's going to be flying her private jet from Austin. Cannot wait. And we'll have a fantastic session prepared for us. We have a few other ones that we are still working on the dates. We are going to be bringing Ricky Caruth as well as John Prescott for our advanced business planning ticket clinic. So a lot of great information, a lot of great content coming up. Now, before I invite our fantastic guest speaker, is it just me or do I feel like the energy is very low in the room? Okay, you feel it too? Wonderful. I'm like dreading it. So can I ask you to please stand up just for a minute? We're doing this. All right. What I would love to do is let's just take 2 minutes, find somebody in the room that you don't know, introduce yourself, and find one thing that you just learned about them. Let's take 2 minutes. Let's share some love. All right. Thank you so much. Grab your seat. See, I love it. All right. I appreciate the mingling. Let's just take 2 people. We don't even have to have the mic. Tell me, who did you meet? What did you learn? Ecuador? Oh my gosh, our family used to live there. I love it. Awesome. Anybody else? Yes. Anybody else? Who did you meet? You met Mindy. Yes, Mindy is awesome. All right, one more person. Who did you meet? All right, awesome. Let's move right along. I would like to welcome our very own special agent that we cherish so much, Mike Wong. Give him a big round of applause. Mike, come on up.
I did not authorize that picture.
That's all we have on file. That's what happens when you age with our organization. You look still the same.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
everybody, good afternoon.
Mike, don't forget to stay in this window so people online can hear you.
They gotta see me too. Okay, welcome everybody. Good afternoon. My name's Mike Wong. I'm an agent here, just like all of y'all. I specialize in commercial real estate, but I also serve on the board of Texas Realtors and HAR. 4 years ago, Norman, do we have a slideshow? My slides? Okay. Okay.
Right there.
Perfect. 4 years ago, when I was on the board, we created the HAR Safety Task Force. And sorry, this isn't formatted for the screen, but my focus is going to be agent personal safety, cybersecurity, and consumer safety, right? So those are the three risks that we face in real estate every day. How many people have ever been in a situation where you felt unsafe meeting a client, doing a showing, or out in the field? So looks like about a third of the room, right? So is real estate what you thought it was going to be as far as safe? A little bit different, right? We'll get into that. So I teach a 3-hour CE class. I was asked to speak today, so I'm going to try and cram about an hour into about 25 minutes with you guys. So we're going to do a little bit of participation. I'll take some questions at the end, but I'm going to rush through a lot of slides to give you as much as I can, give you guys as much value as I can while I have time with you. Who has heard of Forewarn? Good. Who hasn't heard of Forewarn? Okay, I'm going to pass out a sheet later. It's going to have a QR code. I want you to sign up for that today. Because of the task force, HER signed a multi-million-dollar contract per year to provide that for you for free. Does everybody know what Forewarn does? Okay. For those of you who don't, you enter a phone number. It gives you a name associated with that phone number. It gives you their addresses. It gives you their financial records. They filed for bankruptcy. It gives you a criminal record, and it gives you their car or vehicles on record. Okay. So if somebody calls you up and they're a lead that wants to look at $1 million house and they've got bankruptcies, there might be a problem. If they're asking you to see a property after dark and they've got a criminal history of assaults, that might be a problem. Okay. If they say they want to look at that $1 million house and they show up in a old car that's not on their vehicle record, that might be a problem. Okay. So use that tool. It's very valuable. Monday, HAR, I actually got this in my email. You should be getting it as well. This is a Forewarn survey. So HAR this year, we did a local survey for safety. NAR does one every 2 years. So there's one done in 2024. I bet most of y'all didn't see it and reply. Okay. But HAR, we want our own data for what's going on in our city and with our agents. HAR also has a website, har.com/safety, where you can get videos, resources, and other information. You can also report incidents to us. We want to know what's going on, okay? But should you be in an incident, should something happen, the first thing you need to do is get to safety, call the police, and file a police report, okay? Then let HAR know. We've had some incidents where people got it backwards. And they ran out from an incident and they called HAR, they called me, thinking that we're going to respond like police. Okay, so call the police first if you're ever in an incident. Let's get right into it. We talked about the risk of real estate. So what's risky? Amy's having an open house in a couple of weeks. It's a little risky to me, right? But here's a few things that are risky that we know of. You're meeting strangers at different properties. You're hosting an open house for anybody to walk in. What do people think when they think of realtors? I think we're rich, right? I think we drive nice cars, think we go to happy hours and party and all these fancy things, and we're really out there busting our butts to make a deal right now. You have a lot of distractions and hectic schedules, right? You're out and about meeting people. You're walking through the parking lot on your phone, checking your emails, looking at texts, checking on that closing, or checking on that file. Stop looking at your phone in parking lot. Stop being distracted. We'll get into that. You go into vacant properties and you may encounter squatters or people in there that don't want to get out. Okay. You're handling clients' personal information. They're giving you their pre-qual letter from our lenders back here in the room. They're giving you their socials. They're maybe giving you proof of funds with their bank statements, things like that. And then there's a lot of ways for a prospect to contact you. You probably have social media, you have a website, you have a sign on a property, you may have a magnet or a wrap on your car that gives you your phone number, right? You have business cards, you have flyers, you leave your information everywhere. So anybody can find you, and even better, when you have an open house, you tell them what day you're going to be there, what time you're going to be there. So if they really want to find you, you just give them your schedule. Okay. You're also a prime target for wire fraud and rental scams and email fraud. Why? Because we handle the most valuable transactions that people make in their lifetime. Okay. Open house. We talked about a third of this room felt unsafe. According to an NAR survey, this was, I believe, the 2022 survey, the chair of the safety task force, chair of the safety committee at NAR reported so far since we've been doing surveys, over 60,000 members have been assaulted, raped, robbed, or a victim of a violent crime. Those are just violent crime statistics. That's not sexual harassment. That's not stalking. That's not non-physical encounters, right? 60,000 members so far. How many members do we have in Houston that are HAR members? Just under 48,000. Okay, so the national statistics says all of us would have been assaulted by now at least once. Okay, let's talk about open houses real quick. Once again, I mentioned you're in a property you may not be familiar with, and you're letting random strangers walk in to look at the property, right? What are their intentions? Are they really there for the property? Are they looking for you? Are they casing the property? Are they going to rob the property later? Okay, so just be conscious of those things. I gave you guys, or they handed out some tips for you guys for open houses and for showings. This will be going out next year to new agent orientation, so you guys missed it, but you're getting it here in this team meeting. These are some tips. I'm not going to cover them all, but are open houses dangerous? Who believes they're dangerous? Okay. I came from a different business before I got into real estate. What's the difference between an open house and a convenience store? You're standing in a place with strangers walking in anytime they want. You have no idea who they are, what they intend to do. I came from a convenience store in one of the top 10 most dangerous neighborhoods in the country, and I grew up there for 32 years behind the counter. And I got into real estate and I did an open house and I said, whoa, I'm doing commercial. But it's really no different if you think about it, right? You're standing in a property and anybody can walk in while you're there. So just be conscious of the tips I passed out, and we'll go through a few more. We're going to do a quick self-analysis. I want you to raise your hand if you're a yes, okay? Do you insist on face-to-face meetings with the prospect in person before going to a property? Okay, less than half. Okay, we need to get that a little bit better. Do you arrive early for your showings? You inspect the property thoroughly, inside and out, for unlocked doors, broken windows, and signs of intruders. Okay, not only do I arrive early, I drive around the block. I look around at the houses next door. I look at the houses behind. I look around at cars parked outside, people sitting around that shouldn't be sitting around. I do things like that because I want to know who's looking at me as well, all right? Do you arrive early to your showing looking for exits and escape routes and ensure the doors are locked, knowing how you're going to get out of there? How many people do that? Okay, when you're walking through, turning on the lights and you're looking at different rooms, figure out how you're going to get out of there if something goes wrong. We'll get into a little bit more of that. Anybody use a buddy system? Okay, does anybody use like an SOS alert on their Apple Watch to emergency contacts? If you use an Apple Watch, you can have a distress signal that'll alert your emergency contacts. Okay, use a buddy system. Let people know where you are, especially if you're meeting a new client or you're going to a place you're not familiar with. This one's a little bit different. Do you advertise with the photo of yourself? That includes your telephone number and your work address. That's for some of our members that take some photos that aren't really appropriate for the real estate industry, but they put it everywhere. Let's go over some best practices for everyday use. Is safety just real estate? No, it can be the grocery store, right? We hear about things happening in grocery stores. We heard about an incident in a Walmart recently with a shooting and a stabbing. Um, we had about a shooting in a HEB earlier this year. So safety applies everywhere. And these are slides from my class, so we're not going to go really in depth, but the foundation of every class you'll take for safety, whether it's a martial arts self-defense class, whether it's a realtor safety class, whether it's a concealed handgun license class, you're going to hear about situational awareness. And situational awareness is just simply knowing what's going on around you, being able to process that event real time as it happens and it changes, and then being able to react. So everybody looking up front, everybody point to what exit they'd exit if there were an incident inside this room. Which way would you go? Man, y'all failed. Okay, so if there were an active shooter in this room, standing up here with me, and he started shooting, everybody runs towards that exit, which is the hallway, which is cramped and it's long. That active shooter's got a great shot at you, right? If you run down this hallway, you've got rooms and things to kind of spread out and get around. So think about that. Where's the fire extinguisher? Oh, y'all looked. There's no fire extinguisher, right? But those are things to be aware of. How many people are around you? How many rows are behind you? All right. Is there anybody in the room that looks like they could be a threat to you? Right. And are they blocking? Are they blocking your exit? Okay. Believe it or not, once you go through these exercises enough, you think about it. You're not thinking about it all the time, but it's a conscious exercise. I'm not telling you guys to live in fear. I'm just getting you guys to be more self-conscious. Okay. And so when I go to restaurants and places, I sit with my back to the wall and I face the door. I want to know who's coming in and out. I've already looked at everybody. I've looked at everybody's basically their physical profile. I look and see how their body language is. I know who a threat is and I know who isn't within the first couple minutes of walking into a place. Okay. So when you're going out to a property before you show, we call it reconnaissance, just basically knowing where you're going, right? When you're looking up that listing online for your client, making matches, trying to figure out what they like, and you're looking through those properties and sorting through them, are you looking at floor plans? Are you looking at how, if an incident happens, where you'll go, right? Are you looking at it on Google Maps? Are you looking at from an aerial and a street view? Okay. Do you know what you're walking into? Okay. Pre-screening prospects real quick. When somebody calls, you obviously ask questions, right? What are you looking for? What's your budget? What's your price range? What's important to you? Schools, right? Things like that. You're asking for identifying information. Okay. What's your name? What's a phone number in case we get disconnected? You can run that through Forewarn, right? Make sure you're meeting somebody who's not going to be an issue. Number two, meet in a public place. And number three, you can ask to see a driver's license. How many people do this? Okay, 5 people. If you ask to see a driver's license, it must be a practice you do for everybody, referrals, family members, everybody. Because if somebody feels you ask them for their license and they file a complaint, it could be a fair housing discriminatory complaint if you cannot produce files that you've done this for everybody. Okay, so keep that in mind. If that is your policy, it applies to everybody. Beware of urgency. A couple years ago, houses were selling, multiple offers, things were flying off the market. Now it's a little bit slow. Somebody wants to see a property. Somebody calls you on your sign, says, I'm in front of the house. I want to see it right now. How many people jump in their car and show it? Okay, we got one. All right, do you vet them before you go? Okay. Understand who you're meeting first. Okay, don't just jump in your car and go. Keep a log of who you're meeting. Keep their information that way. If this is the bad part, something does happen to you, there's a way to go through your emails and your logs to find out who you met last. There's a lot jammed on the slide. This is best practices for showings, and this is also in those handouts you got. When you arrive, when you're driving down the street, this is situational awareness. Are there any neighbors outside? Are there any stray animals, stray dogs walking around that could be a threat to you? Right? When you pull up to the vehicle, is there a car already in the driveway? Is it the people you're meeting or somebody else? When you pull up to a house, where do you park when you're showing? Street? Street. Most people park in the street. Anybody park in the driveway? Okay. If you park in a driveway, you can be blocked in. Okay. If you park in a cul-de-sac, I like to turn my car facing out. That way, if I've got to get away, I run out to my car and I'm driving straight out. I'm not reversing and doing a 3-point turn to get out of there. Okay. We talked about arrive early, use a lifeline, let somebody know where you are. Don't take distracting calls. Use a safe word. We're going to go around that. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. Um, when you're showing the property, does a prospect walk up behind you and stand behind you when you're doing the lockbox? That feel creepy? Okay. Usually what I do is I ask them to wait outside. I ask them to wait by their car while I do that lockbox where I get the property open. I let them know, hey, I'm gonna access the house. I'm gonna turn on the lights. Would you mind waiting in your car? It's a little bit hot to be standing outside. That gives you some distance and time to react rather than somebody breathing over your neck. Okay. And let the prospect walk ahead. How many people show and guide somebody through the house by walking in front of them? Okay. Don't let somebody walk behind you, especially a stranger. Okay. Let them walk ahead. Okay. Um, we talked about your safe word. Anybody have a safe word? You don't have an emergency contact. So a lot of people don't have a safe word. So that's your homework. Okay. I want you to find an emergency contact, or I want you to set up an app with an SOS that will alert somebody if you're in trouble. Okay. Second, I want you to come up with a safe word. And a lot of people in my classes, they make the mistake. Oh, they taught me to use the red file. Call my office, call the receptionist and ask them for the red file. And unfortunately, that red file is on every YouTube video for the last 10 years. Every criminal who looks up realtor safety knows, oh, when realtors are in trouble, they call somebody and they ask for the red file. Okay, so stop doing that. A very good friend of mine, she has a great, great line. Okay, she calls her dad when she's in trouble. And her line would be, hey, Dad, I'm with Mike showing him 123 Main Street right now. We're running a few minutes late. Can you feed my puppy for me? Okay, so she let Dad know that she's with Mike. She's at 123 Main Street for a couple more minutes. Okay. Lindsay doesn't own a puppy. She's highly allergic to them. She will need to be hospitalized if she's in a house with a puppy. So Dad knows my daughter is calling me about a puppy. She's in danger with Mike at 123 Main Street, and I've got a couple minutes. Dad's probably going to beat the police officers to that house. And Dad's probably going to react a lot differently than a police officer would, right? So again, open house safety. Here's some other things to consider when you're having an open house. There's owner-occupied risks. What are owner-occupied risks? They have things in the home. They have things like maybe firearms. They have prescription medication, which are the most stolen things during an open house. They may have checkbooks out. They may have financial records out, credit card bills out, things like that. They may have valuables. iPads and gaming systems are also stolen. Video games are also stolen often. Okay, so think about that when you're hosting an open house. Let the sellers know, put those things away. Let the neighbors know you're holding an open house. Not only is it a good idea, but it's good farming, right? Let that neighbor know, hey, I will be holding your neighbor's house open from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Please stop by, give me feedback. Would you mind if I put a directional sign in your yard so I don't get in trouble or fined? I will pick it up at 1 p.m. If I don't pick that sign up, or you see my car there a little bit late, would you mind coming over and checking on me? Most neighbors won't have a problem because that neighbor is probably going to be the guy that says, ain't nothing going to happen in my neighborhood. That realtor is going to be okay. And they're going to come check on you, right? No neighbor wants anything bad to happen in their neighborhood because that affects their value. So let the neighbors know, okay? When that prospect is walking ahead of you because you're not going to let them get behind you, think of where they're going. Okay, you don't want to be in a bedroom or a closet or a bathroom where you can't turn around and get out because they're blocking you in. Okay, you can also put a sign up at your sign-in sheet and let them know that there are security cameras. One agent actually put a Ring camera right by her sign-in sheet and requires everybody to sign in, and she puts a disclaimer there that you are on audio and video recording. Okay, you can ask for ID, turn on all the lights, open all the curtains and drapes so people can see in. Never turn your back to a prospect. Okay, you can position some surveillance cameras in the house, clean all surfaces. Again, if something happens, if the surfaces are clean and they have to go in and do fingerprinting, hopefully the last people in there will have their prints. Clear obstructions, things that may be in the way if you've got to escape. If you've got to run out that back door and there's furniture or something in the way, try and scoot that furniture a little bit over so you have a clear path, right? Also, I like to teach my class in builder models. Are builders still here? Because if I say I'm going to run out that door and there's just stuff along the way where I'm running out, all that stuff is going to fall over behind me. Bookshelves, stuff's going to get thrown at the person who's chasing me. Okay. Builders don't like that. But in reality, if you've got to get away, if it's your life on the line, you're going to do whatever it takes to get away. Okay. Put away dangerous objects. I have one sample on that. And then open interior doors. Prepare the home. Okay, carry only your essentials. You may just decide carry your car keys, your cell phone, and business cards. You don't want to carry a purse and a lot of things that you're going to leave behind or going to slow you down or you're going to have to look for. I know a lot of women, they put their purses in the pantry or they put it in a kitchen cabinet and their cell phone and their keys are in there. And if you've got to get away and you run out a different room or a back door and you don't have your keys or your cell phone, you're in trouble. Okay, plan to escape routes. Unlock the deadbolts. Now, some homes, they have a deadbolt and they have a regular lock. Unlock the deadbolt. So that's just one less thing to fumble with if you've got to get away quick. Check around the outside of the house. If you run out the back of the house to the back door, which side of the house is a gate on? Okay, know which direction you're running. Okay. If you're doing a 3-story townhouse in Edo, they're all built close together and they may not have a gate. Right? So if you run in that back, you're probably more trapped than you were before. Check your mobile phone strength and signal. Keep your garage exit locked from the inside so nobody can sneak in. Consider a doorknob alarm for the entry doors. So if somebody does sneak in, it'll set off a chime or an alarm. And then go through all this before you get any visitors in the house. What are some risky locations? Bedrooms and bathrooms where you can be blocked in, right? Closets and pantries, outbuildings like work tool sheds, things like that, garages and basements. 2-story homes, let them go up there by themselves. All right, keep a safe distance. Keep your grip on the handrail. Again, if you follow them up there, maintain about a 4-step difference. If they're following down, let them get all the way down the stairs before you start going. Okay, I generally don't like to go upstairs with people. When you close up, this is the most vulnerable time when you're doing an open house because you assume everybody's gone, right? Could there be somebody hiding in a room or a bathroom? Could there be somebody who crashed out on a bed, right, in a bedroom, something like that? You're always going to assume, okay, it's time. I got to go. I got to get the kids, got to feed the dog, things like that. Never assume the home is vacant. Ask for help from a colleague to help close up or pick up your signs, your directional signs that you put out, and form a contact when you begin closing. Lock the front door first so nobody can come in. Check that all windows are locked. How many people do that? Gary. I got an interesting story. One of my title people, she was getting her home remodeled, and one of the contractors unlocked one of her windows while they were there. And in the middle of the night, she woke up with a man standing in her bedroom that came through that window. It was one of the contractor's employees. Okay, so check that the windows are locked. And on your own home, when a contractor works on your home, make sure your windows and doors are all locked again. Okay. When you're closing that open house, go from the top floor to the bottom floor, back to the front, locking the doors behind you, check the backyard and the garage. Listing appointment safety. When you get a phone call, obviously you're vetting your lead, right? Could somebody be purposely targeting you? Possibly, right? Who are they? Did somebody set you up? Things like that. Who referred them? If they say they're a referral, who referred them? Because you'd like to give them credit or a referral fee. Where are they wanting to go? Again, look at that property online, look at the photos, look at the floor plan, look at everything on Google Maps. Watch for red flags. What are some red flags? Forewarn, you can look up and see their record, right? You can look at their urgency. You can look at what they're talking about, what they're asking, what they're talking about. A good example is you meet them at a Starbucks and they're complimenting your outfit. They're complimenting your social media posts. They're complimenting the way you looked in a dress a few weeks back. Okay. Those are red flags. If it doesn't feel right, it's time to go. Okay. We have some showing tips for sellers. I'm running short on time, but here's a quick example. This is what I teach in the class. You're standing in the kitchen, somebody walks in and they open a drawer and pull out a knife. What's your reaction? I see that uh-oh during the headlight look. Right. Could this really happen? Where do we usually stand in open houses? Near the kitchen. Okay. So put some of those things away. right? But if something like this happens, you've got to defend yourself. You've got to get out safely. The number one thing is to get out safely. It's not to fight, right? Number one thing is to get out safely. So you've got your escape routes planned. You've done your pre-open house safety protocols, and you know how to get out of there. Now, it doesn't mean you can't pull things out of the drawer and throw them. It doesn't mean you can't knock things over. It doesn't mean you can't fight back, but you are to get out of there. Okay. These are my least favorite slides, but I include it in every presentation. These are people who are just doing their jobs. Okay. The most famous one is Beverly Carter. She was killed showing a home to a prospect. And we actually named the Beverly Carter Foundation after her for NAR. And that September is Realtor Safety Month. That's why you're getting this presentation today. Okay. Sarah Michelle Trost, she was a realtor getting ready to list a home. A disgruntled tenant being evicted thought she was the owner. He came out and shot her in her car in the driveway. She was just doing her job. Okay, Sarah Ann Walker was a rep for D.R. Horton. Now, I know they just left, but she was in McKinney, Texas. She was beaten. Monique was kidnapped and murdered. They actually drove her to her house and executed her and her husband in front of their kids. Okay. It's not the normal stuff you hear in real estate, right? But it happens. A few more things that happen, and you can see me on the very end. One of my very first showings when I got into commercial real estate, I was showing a family member a luxury home in Sweetwater, and somebody attempted a home invasion. During that showing, they were trying to kick open the front door when we were inside. Okay. A few years later, after I said, okay, I'm doing commercial, I encountered about 20 squatters inside of a 100,000 square foot warehouse. It took me 10 minutes to run and find an exit to get out of that warehouse because all the exit doors were locked and they weren't supposed to be. Okay. More headlines, just things that happen around the country. And just recently, serving on the HAR task force, I get asked to do interviews a lot for news stations. We had 3 realtors that were receiving text messages, sexually explicit text messages, and we were asked to comment on that. I was asked to comment as Mike Long, as a very, very new agent on Fox 26 about home invasions going on in Sugar Land where business owners were being followed home. All right, they were being targeted. I've also been asked to talk about some assaults that have happened, and we've also had incidents happen in Houston to realtors that decided to leave the business. Being on that task force, I hear a lot of things. We had a realtor 2 years ago who was raped, and she left the business. That did not make the news. Okay, so there's a lot going on out there. There's a lot of risk and threats to us as we're just doing our jobs. Everybody just be safe out there, and that's all I have. Thank you. All that energy, and I'm the Debbie Downer, but you guys be safe.
Fuck, how do I reset this? Well, maybe by celebrating you. So Rui, Jess, come on up and let's celebrate our agents. We also have certificates for you guys. We are bringing it back. So if you hear your name, please come on up and pick it up if you're over here. If you're watching online, it will be in your mail file.
Yes.
All right?
So I will be Pat Sajak today, and she'll be Vanna White, passing out the certificates to everybody. This is, we do this once a month. We get a chance to acknowledge and celebrate a lot of the accomplishments that the agents have done here in the office. Hey, new agents, I say it every month. You guys come and ask who are the top agents in our office. You'll see everybody on this list. They're oftentimes the same ones on here. Please reach out to them. They're one of the friendliest people in the world. Just make an appointment with them, get down, sit down, talk to them, and they're an open book to you guys. That being said, let's...
Hold on, Rui. Can we do a few rules? Rules. Let's pay attention. Keep the energy high. Clap for your colleagues so they can clap back whenever it's your turn to receive an award.
All right, guys. Okay, we'll get started here. The first one, of course, is listing units, individual listing units. I'd like to recognize Brandy Zemas, the Castens Group, Jamie Castens, Tanya Nicholas, Karen Tall Sketty, and Anthony Salas. Together, they listed 23 listings for the month of August.
Go, Anthony. 23 listings.
Come on up, guys.
Amongst the group. Tanya.
All right. As she's passing it out, we'll start recognizing the next group. For teams, we have the Space City team, the Wanda Pearson team, the Sharon Parker team, and the Flores home team. Together, they've listed 12 units in the month of August.
Awesome.
All right, let's recognize the groups: the Akil Properties Group, Audra O'Neill team, the BMP team, the Diaz team, the SIA group, and Kathy Stubbs group. Together, 72 listings in the month of August.
Dang.
So together, this group right here has listed over 107 listings in the month of August. That's crazy numbers here. Okay, listing volume. Okay, we've got Jamie Castens, Brandy Zimas, Lal Mugi, Karen Talshkedi, and Nazim Danani. They have listed $10.7 million for the month of August. Mandy, yes.
Yes.
For listing volume for teams, we've got the Flores home team, the Space City Real Estate team, Wanda Pearson, Sharon Parker Group, and Lupita DeCal.
Awesome.
Together, $4.9 million. You do notice the same people coming up, right? For the groups, we've got the Akil Properties Group, the Audra O'Neill team, the BMP team, SIA Group, and the DS team. $33.5 million. Together, they've listed 49.1 million. So on average, our average listing seems to be about $450,000 per listing. So that's really good numbers there. Closed units for the month of August. For individuals, we have Sahar Khatib, Bincy Jacob, Serena Chu, Candace Warner, Jamie Castens, Susan Gerzinski, Heather Lowry, Kevin Coles,
Yeah.
Diana Barnett, Bung Yu Choi. 55 units. And I will say Kevin doesn't do it by himself. He brings his daughter in all the time. She's the one that really does the work. So just FYI. Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
up.
come on.
For teams, we have the Space City team, the RT team, the Day team, Sharon Parker group, and the Flores home team.
Awesome.
11 units closed in the month of August. For groups, we have the BMP team, the Diaz team, Akil Properties Group, Audra O'Neill Group, it's SIA Group, and Kathy Stubbs, 53 units closed. So it's a total of 119 units that they've closed in the month of August. So adjusted volume, this is where they've actually received, dividing by 3%. We have Sahar Khatib, Nazneen Danani, Bincy Jacob, Anu Nigam, Gleisha Gibbons.
Yeah.
Don't know. For adjusted closed volume for teams, we have the Day team, Space City team, the Avera team, Sharon Parker team, and the Baker team.
Nice.
Okay, y'all two just need to stand up here. Adjusted closed volume for groups, we have the BMP team, the Audra O'Neill team, Kathy Stubbs group, the Diaz team, and Akil Properties group. They have altogether, they've closed over $29 million in the month of August. That's some serious numbers there. So these are the agents I've capped during the month of August: Sherry Menegas, Anu Nigam, Femi Rogers, and Kathy Stubbs. Yes, we've got caps as well. The good thing is nobody has to worry about their hair like I do, but it's all good. You can wear them. So the Triple Crown, these are the individuals who have actually sold 3 or more transactions, not leases, in the month of August. We have Carrie Faltasek, Sahar Khatib, Heather Lowry, Bincy Jacob, Kevin Coles, Susan Garzinski, and Candace Warner.
Awesome.
So this one's a really special one for me. I always say that I remember my first listing and my first closing. This is the first listings. Alessandra Torres, she is not here. Okay. Aranas Ortiz, Diedrich Meeks, Emerence Sebekali, excuse me, Maria Morey, Nicole Jones, and Syed Ali.
Awesome.
Where are these guys? Come on, they're always here. First closing, Andy Wukon, Carol Vena, Victoria Chidmore, Emerence Sebekali, Fola Soyebo, excuse me, Hassan Vaid, and Sheila Simon, and Sonia Noman.
Yay.
Come on up, please. The $1 Million Club. These are the individuals have $1 million or more for the month of August. This is a pretty big list. Sahar Khatib, Nazneen Danani, the Audra O'Neill team, the BNP team, Kathy Stubbs team, Bincy Jacob, Anu Nigam, Gleisha Givens, Heather Lowry, the Diaz team, the Warner Real Estate Group, the Day team, Shireen Salim, Akil Properties, Bong Yu Choi, Space City team, Fatima Hawk, and Kevin Coles.
Awesome.
Awesome. Come on up, guys.
Now, this is the fun fact about the $1 Million Club. So if you do this every single month, we know that you're closing over $12 million in sales volume on an annual basis, which translates to what, GCI?
360,000. 360,000.
Thank you, $360,000. So good job.
Well, I failed to mention that this group right here sold just over $35 million in the month of August. So it's
That's
quite a bit.
awesome.
It's a great number there. All right, so our top profit share agent is our very own Verna.
Yes, Bernie.
Yes. Televersaries. Okay, cool. So this is our first Televersaries for the year. First year, Esther Atieri.
Yes, Esther.
Sam Butler, Renisha Carter, Karen Duarte, Amy Jin, Amanda Lee, Ashley Lee, Cynthia Lycos, Shazad Nagori, Mandy Piferon, excuse me, Shireen Salim, Aisha Samani, John Topaz.
Awesome.
For the second year anniversary, Ayaz Dewani, Emi Edigiri, Marlena Marini, excuse me, Shamita Mosley, Athena Perkins, and Leslie Zvazvanjanja. Forgive me. Third year anniversary, Alina Escobedo, Adina Espinoza, LaSharon Hippolyte, Tiffany Krafshak, and Kristen Morrow.
Awesome.
Fourth year, Rachel Brannon, and this is some dude named Brandon Turner. I swear, I thought he was been here like 40 years. I mean, he's been here forever. He's a fixture here. Oh man. Okay, so 25 years. There you go. Now, fifth year, we have Bobby Hajani, Rima Malhotra, Jose Montiel, and Debbie Zapita. Seventh year, we have Imran Baidani, Francisca Depew, Tasha Hippolyte, Akash Lula.
Awesome.
And then, forgive me, I have it out of order. Sixth year is Alicia Arroyos, Enrico Arroyos, Azam Hules, Yuman Kota, Imelda Pradhan, Sharon Saba, and May Sims. Eighth year, Pinky Parani. I've always wondered who joined first, Pinky or Imran, so there you go.
Yeah.
There it is, yeah. 10th year anniversary, Kathleen Geik. 11th year, Yana Hayes.
Yeah. And Barbara
Herrera. You know, they're two peas in a pod. They can't work without each other. I mean, they're literally complement each other. So there we go. And Melanie Horn.
Melanie Horn and I took Ignite when we first started in the same room. So yeah.
There you go. 12th year, we have Stacey Escobedo and Sherry Menegas.
Sherry.
15th year, Sheila Cox and Denise McLarty.
Wow.
21st year, Claudia Chan. And 25th year, Richard Williams.
25 years.
That's
wow.
That concludes our awards for the month.
All right, awesome. I would like to welcome our business partners. Please come on up and then we will break for lunch. Thank you so much for your support.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Talk a little bit about today, what's going on in the market. I don't know if anyone's aware, but we had the Federal Reserve lower rates. What happened to rates immediately right after that? In about 12 minutes after they announced it, we got a notification as a lender saying, hey, there's an alert. You need to lock everybody down because rates are about to go up. So very volatile time. You've got to get your clients pre-approved for a loan in order for them to make an offer. Is that correct or not correct? Firstly. Secondly, you cannot lock an interest rate until we have an executed contract. Does that make sense? All right. So all of these people that were out there potentially that thought that rates were going down, we're going to wait for that second for rates to go down, got some very bad news that their rate potentially went up. So we want to have people ready when it's time to be able to write an offer for one, but also to be able to get that interest rate locked. We got some news today potentially that the conforming loan limit is going up, which it does typically every year. Anyone heard that news? No, it's brand new, just came out, not certain that it's going to happen exactly at this number, but it looks like the conforming loan limit, the jumbo loan limits, are now going to $819,000. What does that mean for FHA loans potentially? Anyone? How much? What will their new number be? This is a test. They're already at 525, Brandon. Thanks. It's a test. You did not fail. You did not pass. If you take 65% of that new conforming loan limit, that is typically where FHA loans will come up. So we're going to be looking at a number for FHA at about $536,000. So they continue to go up. We're here to help you. Please get your people pre-approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Naz. I'm the new business developer for the Orbititis. Some of you already know me before as a mortgage lender, but recently I joined Orbititis and I think this is the best decision I ever make. I don't make much good decisions, but this is one of the few. So you're gonna see me every Wednesday here from now on. And I'm really glad to meet you again. And what a successful team. Congratulations, especially to the one that they have their first closing, and good luck for your future. So we are located here, but don't think that Orbititis is in Sugar Land. I have a listing or a client in Woodland or Katy or Houston, and I cannot use them. We come to you whenever you need us. We are always available. Call us, email us, text us, and if you want to know more, get to know me better, I'm always available. Have a lunch, coffee, or tea. So I don't have my business card yet, but if you turn on your airdrop, I can airdrop my digital card. But I'm pretty sure you already have the Orbitita contact. So pleasure to meet you all. See you next Wednesday.
Y'all want to know a fun fact? Hi guys, it's Christina with Majestic. I ran into my ex-husband last Friday. Apparently, Majestic Developers downstairs is hiring a lot of new people, including my ex-husband. So if y'all happen to see him, tell him I said hi. Yeah. Anyway. That was a fun text message. She said, hey, I work for Majestic Developers. I heard we had a title company. Don't you work for Majestic? I said, two totally different companies. We would never hire you. Okay. Housekeeping. Majestic Title just opened a brand new office. Does anyone know where it's at? No, you don't count. I saw your wife there last night. Anyone? Anyone? We're in Cypress. It's our 5th office. So we've got obviously Sugarland, Galleria, Fulshire, Katy, and Cypress. So if you've got listings or buyers out there, we would love to help you out. Our flyer this week, it's geared more towards buyers and sellers. A few things that they often get confused, but we'll do a little quiz over it. So number 5, a plat versus a survey. Plats are the big neighborhood, surveys are the individual properties, right? Cool. When the title company says we're funded, does that mean everyone has their money? No, that means we can fund. We are authorized to disperse, but we haven't sent it. When we say close, that means everyone has their money, all the documents have been filed with the county, and we've signed, sealed, delivered everything. Deed versus a deed of trust. Can anyone answer the difference between those? This is the biggest thing we get at closings. People don't know what they're signing. A deed actually transfers the ownership, and the new buyer never signs it. It's just the seller. And then the deed of trust that actually secures the loan. Both are recorded, but they both serve completely different purposes. And a title commitment. This is just the who and what, and sometimes some things that we have to clear up that we're promising to issue a final title policy on, but it is not the full policy yet. And then earnest money, that's not your buyer's down payment, okay? That's just a deposit showing good faith that they have some funds that they are pursuing to follow through with the transaction. So anyway, those are just fun facts. Also, if y'all ever want to co-brand any of these flyers that I hand out every week, just let me know. I'm happy to do that as well. All right, thanks guys.
So I have a good relationship with my wife still. She is my coworker with Fidelity National Home Warranty. So the fun fact, I guess, if you didn't know, Josh and Sharon Gazowski, proudly representing Fidelity Home Warranty. I was going to go for some other stuff. I know everyone's ready to eat. I was not a lunch sponsor, but I actually went and picked up some pizzas. So if you enjoy some pizzas, I did contribute that part to the lunch. You know, thank you if you a pizza enthusiast. So there was like the numbers were just like astronomical. I'll be honest. I think for Keller Williams Southwest, I put on listing coverage for one listing last month. So if you're a seller's agent and if you're a seller's agent and you're not putting on home warranty with your listings, I'd love to have a conversation with you to share how really it's a win-win. And to be honest, after you hear me, I think you'll see it's a no-brainer. And then, I just want to remind you, we're available for real estate, new construction, seller's coverage, and current homeowners. If you or someone you know lives in an older house, we will give them the discounted pricing, which is the real estate pricing. Homes are older in Houston. We should see home warranties on a incline, not a decline. So help me get there. Let's do it together. And before your clients, hold on a second. It's getting cooler. I'm going to stock up again. I forget what that office is called, Yana. What is that office called? The lead gen room. Yeah. I'm going to stock up some door hangers in there. We have 6 total. So if you're interested in these, let me know. I have some here on hand, and I'll make sure we're stocked up in there. Before your clients get their house key, please connect them with Josh and Sharon Gazowski, proudly representing Fidelity National Home Warranty. Thank you.
All right, awesome, Josh. All right, I have a wonderful DJ for you to enjoy your lunch. His name is DJ Norman. And thank you so much for coming. Next week, we will have Nikki Barker going over some fantastic AI tools that you guys can implement into your business right away. So enjoy lunch and have a wonderful day. Thank you.